Hello, I'm Doug. This is the Taste and Sensibility channel, and welcome to day 3 of the Whiskey Advent Calendar. We're going to be doing a blind tasting of the third day. Oh, I should have looked at where it is. Okay. Of the World Whisky Advent Calendar from Drinks by the Dram. This is a UK company with no retail presence or storefronts, so you need to go through a retailer, and that's pretty easy to do in the UK, but it's harder if you're an international fan of this company and their products. I think many people in the US were buying through Master of Malt, and they quit shipping to the US after the company was sold. I don't think that was a business decision, but an effect of the 3-tier system that the US has. And they changed the new owners after the company was sold, already occupied one of the tiers, and they couldn't ship to the US anymore. So people had to scramble to get one of these, and I found that a company called Muazzo, got more of a lifestyle company, had this and would ship internationally, and it was a little steep this year, 149 pounds plus 40 pounds shipping to get this thing. So if you're still interested in getting one of these this late in the game, they're very interesting to go through. You can still order it, so I'll put the links to Drinks by the Dram so you can see what's offered. I'll put a link to Muazzo so you can get it from them. And World Whiskey is just one of the items that they do. They do just scotches, they do American bourbons, they do Japanese whiskeys, Irish whiskeys, gin, any kind of thing that you can think of that someone might pour you as a drink. They've got a collection of it ready to go. So that's what we're going to work on today. So I've only been tasting whiskey carefully for a year or two, but somehow I made this wild decision to taste things blind and to taste in front of the camera. So I'm going to go in ahead and dig out day 3, a little perforated hole that they keep it in. So I don't know what I'm tasting. Could be bourbon, scotch, or some other whiskey from somewhere else in the world. So I'm going to try to pour this out into my glass without seeing what it is, and just go by nose and taste and see if I can figure out what it is. Ooh, it's light. Ooh, it's some naturally presented scotch is my first guess, just from looking at it. Nope, don't want to see that. Keep that over there. Stay away. So, this ought to be exciting. I'm just going to go in and see what I can tell from the smell. The nose seems consistent with a single malt. Doesn't seem overly high on the ABV, might be a 40 or 43. And I'm getting malty and not a whole lot of other things. Maybe an apple pear type thing, like Speyside, maybe very light Irish whiskey type thing. The nose isn't giving a lot of clues. The color is giving some clues. I think I'm going to like it. I think I'm going to be surprised. Okay, let's just go in for the taste. Wow. It's not a big slug of malt. It's not a big slug of anything. There is some ABV there though. It might be 46, 48. But it's not carrying a lot of strong flavors. It's a nice flavor. It seems high quality. I don't think there's a bunch of grain whiskey in it. But what do I know? grain whiskey doesn't taste like much of anything. It's very thin. So this lack of flavors, strong flavors, is suggesting it might be some kind of blend or a grain. Yeah, I'm definitely getting a hint of a higher ABV, 43, 45, 46, or maybe higher. So that is suggesting it's not just one of the run-of-the-mill big company blends, but if it's some kind of blend or a grain whiskey, it's a craft style presentation. They have an added color to it. The ABV is certainly up there. A little buttery, shortbready kind of note. Man, that does not taste like a Speyside Scotch. So I'm falling over into the blend or grain category here. Just trying to pick out some flavor, some fruit, some spice, some note that's familiar, and none of them are malted barley type products. This is some kind of grain, maybe with some age on it. Maybe with some ABV on it. So it's pleasant and seems high quality, but I'm sure not picking up the usual Scotch notes that I like so much. And there's not much in the way of development or transitions or changing to anything else. It's just that even, simple taste all the way through. We'll put in a little water, see if that brings out anything else. Didn't really do much to the nose. Lemony, biscuity. Lemon's not strong. I mean, it's not like a citrus bomb or anything. Yep, the nose is not it's not appreciably different. And the palate just got a little weaker, a little thinner. The little bits of taste that I had before are a little more spread out and dilute. So based on the absence of my favorite flavors and notes, I'm going to say this is some kind of grain whiskey. Probably a Scotch grain whiskey. And they wouldn't be doing this unless it had some age on it, like 12 or 15 or 18 years, or maybe 20. So I guess it's time to look and find out. I'm gonna reach over here where I put the bottle and see what we got. What? What? Puni Nova. Puni Nova Italian malt whiskey. 43% volume. So I've not heard of this, I've not had this, and it's not much of a recommendation, is it? Tasted malty at first, and then I kind of went away and I thought it was more of a grain whiskey. So I'm not sure what to do with that. It's not much of a recommendation to buy. Seems like high quality stuff, but it doesn't have a lot of interest or flavors that most people are going to find desirable. So it was an interesting experience, but I don't think I'll be adding it to my collection. And I don't think I've ever heard of an Italian single malt or had an Italian single malt, so it's good for the experience. So see, get yourself one of these calendars and you'll have some new experience every couple of days. So if you like this content, if you like what you're seeing, then go ahead and like this down below, subscribe to the channel, and click that bell to get notifications whenever a new video is posted, which is going to be every day until Christmas. And then it will thin out to only 2 a week when we're doing other things like black licorice or teas or spicy pickled whatevers. So, see you next time.